Hi guys, welcome to Blue Collar Crypto, and we're going to talk about Archangel tokens ecosystem and one of the first tokens they're going to have out on their platform. It's going to be an external token. It's called Scratch Engine or Scratch Token, and there's an AMA on January 2nd on the Arca Cafe with the Scratch Engine token development team, and they explain a lot about the program. It's or the project, and it's all about NFTs and how to evaluate your NFTs. And it's a pretty big deal. I don't know if you're in NFTs or not. I kind of am a little bit, not too savvy on NFTs. Tried to get in on a Shiboshis when they first got released in October, and man, I just couldn't figure out. Too much gas. All of a sudden, I missed out on the Shiboshi NFTs. But anyway, the Scratch Engine project, they have a lot of information on this AMA on Arca Cafe, and I'm going to link it on the bottom in the description. I'll link to this video, and I'm just going to try to get some clips so that we get the basics of what this token's doing and what this project's working on. But you should probably go watch the entire AMA. It's like 2 hours, but lots of good information on there. So with that being said, let's check it out. Okay, so where are we going here? Boom. Let's hit play.
And working together daily, they would come to me with projects and ideas and things. And one day they came to me with a project, and they know that NFTs mean not for Tim. And that's the acronym for NFTs. Not for Tim, I'm out. I don't want to be involved. And then they changed my philosophy pretty quickly. And it came with a format of Cody and Chris coming in with their papers in hand saying, I got this idea, Tim. This one's the real one. And it was funny because they said, why don't we come like loans like on NFTs? Tim, you could open up your assets. Because for me, I looked at NFTs as real estate. I buy an NFT, I didn't own it, and I have equity in it, and I have asset, but how am I going to sell it? How am I going to move it? What if my ETH balance goes too low and I can't jump in on a project, or Arca needs me to jump in and buy some more because we're in a little dip, and I love to do this, and I can't because I'm tied up in an NFT. So they came up with this loan idea where it would release a little bit of my equity from an NFT and put it out there, and I said, that sounds pretty cool. But I wasn't there, right? It's not for Tim still. And I went away for a couple days, and I actually flew out and I saw Sean. We were on a boys trip out east, and it was a good time. And we were talking about it a little bit, and we circled back when I got home with Cody and Chris. And the loaning is a good idea, and it was really good idea because it was instant loaning. It was releasing those funds right now in the initial concept. But it came to the problem that we're faced, and we believe we've solved, or we're working on solving, I should say. And it is, how do you get a true value of the NFT? Do your own research, go to the community, go to that community and see what they'll buy it for.
Yeah, how do you find a value on your NFT?
It's heavy lifting.
Good question.
It's not easy. So, and if anybody's ever tried to evaluate their own NFT or buy an NFT or mint an NFT, which these guys made me do so I could figure it out and understand the heavy lifting, this engine that we're going to talk about really, really, really solves these problems. So we had a little meeting between Chris, Cody, and I, and it was actually in a garage, and we threw paper on the wall. We were whiteboarding. I mean, we were drawing. We looked like a Beautiful Mind movie going on out there with a bunch of ones and zeros all over the wall. And then we were sitting there thinking, we need two people immediately. It was no question, Sean and Doug. And both of those, I've had previous experience with them in the startup world. We've been in the technology space together before many moons ago. And we've continued to go down those paths as professionals past our startup career together. And Doug is a great product designer, great branding manager. He understands the core components to take vision, put it into graphic assets, into UI, UX, and how to work with engineering teams. And then Sean is no beginner or newbie to startup world and running these And you can read about them on our website and who these guys are. I'm not going to talk about them forever. But bringing this team together, it's an unstoppable team. We have some very, very intelligent people in this room on this conference that know how to take startup and know how to grow it. But at the end of the day, you want to know about what this is. And so, with further ado, the Scratch token truly is the catalyst, the gas, the fuel to our engine. And that engine is what is going to drive this product. It is our baseline. It is our entry to our ecosystem. And the more fuel we have, the stronger, the faster, the more economic it becomes. And we're excited to share it with you. So we're going to take a little bit of a dive. And please respect the fact that it is intellectual property, it is proprietary data. So we're not going to reveal all of it, but we are going to give you some example of what we're talking about. And so one of the key features of identifying NFTs and understanding the value is truly going to be coming from a data set that's out there. And we're going to talk about a few of those today. And one of them being the global metadata. And understanding, that's one of our first polls in our API world. And understanding what, NFT site the NFT may be listed on, or the market it was launched or minted on, as well as other public domains, so we understand who that company is. And it's our first check against security. Mr. Osline brought up a conversation last week in the AMA or in the Arca Cafe saying, how do we worry about security? Well, that's our number one focus, is security. And with that global metadata, we're going to be able to identify right away if it's just a JPEG. We're going to be able to find out from those attributes the data inside the contract initially, immediately, and be able to handle that and know if this is a fake or a real. And then we look at the next step, the Nft ownership history. And this is where it gets fun. This is where it gets interesting. We get to see previous transactions versus current transactions, owner history. Is it a small community and been transacted a lot, or was it a really large community and no transaction? Those are diamond hands. And we get to really see and know a little bit more about the history. So that's pretty cool. But we don't care what blockchain it's on. We're going to show you the value of it on that blockchain. So if it's Ethereum, Polygon, DAO, Wax, whatever it is, we're going to tell you what it's worth. And
NFTs on multiple blockchains.
There's going to be some other factors into it with rarity and different attributes. Kind of like a sports car. One may look alike, but one has the tech package or the performance package, which changes the value of that vehicle. And that's why we say we're the KBB of NFTs. We are going to be able to separate those rarity values, those ownership histories. Is it a one owner? Is it a multi-owner? Those kind of pieces to it. But then there's other various data sets that Scratch then verifies and ciphers that data, then extrapolates that to our proprietary database and algorithm, which then gives the full scrub down and represents the value. And we display it simple, easy for you. And that enables a holistic view for us. Once we can identify the value of an NFT, and I apologize, Doug, I know you worked so hard on this, man, and you've been not sleeping for weeks, as many of us. I had to black out a couple areas on our UI and UX because I can't share some of this. It's a 1, 2, 3 step to get the information. 1, 2, 3. I'm giving you 1, so I'm not going to give you the 2 and the 3. So that's our proprietary technology. But we're going to be able to display that rapidly right now within seconds, so you can make educational decisions. But more importantly, it becomes that holistic view, like I said, to our platform. And our platform's much more than the engine. The engine, again, just drives the car. It just moves it down the way. So, Sean, go ahead. Let's talk about the holistic view on the platform.
Sure. So we started to look at solving this problem, which is standardization. We believe that bringing some standardization to NFT is going to help enable an entire ecosystem. So when we started to look at, and again, at the centers, you got the Scratch token, which is, again, the fuel that's driving all of it, that starts with the Scratch engine. And it becomes a larger scale. There's lots of moving parts to this. So we realized that we needed to create a platform approach, an API that's going to scale for each of the individual services in and of themselves to have security, within each of the APIs as well, because some of this we will do ourselves. Some of this that we may service individual NFT owners or to have them analyze a full portfolio of individuals, but we see this more as a SaaS model where other marketplaces will leverage our services through APIs. And so that is the way that the product is going to be designed for future proofing and future scale. So it'll have security within each of the components, which are listed there. Of course, tokens at the center. The Scratch engine will be the first thing that we start to implement, and we'll show you the roadmap in just a minute, right? This is a very big problem. We're a small company. We need to bite this off in stages, and so we'll get into our roadmap in just a minute. But the idea here is future-proofing the development that we're doing and compartmentalizing the various aspects of what we need to roll out. And again, some of this we may do ourselves, others we may partner with throughout. So for example, the loaning, we're looking at partners for the actual loaning of that. So once we provide a value, the idea is we need to back it up. So if that's the case, we can provide potentially through ourselves or through partners instant money, which will be a percentage of the overall value. If that happens at that time, then we will assume or lock that NFT, which will be moved into the vault until at a time the loan is either satisfied or in some cases maybe defaulted, at which point we would assume that ownership, and then that would potentially be sold or listed in our gallery. And again, that gallery could consist of other marketplace items, or maybe our items are listed in other galleries. But again, all of this is going to be driven by an API approach. So we'll be able to partner, just as we're getting information that we're not sharing with you, information on marketplace and history. Some of that is free, some of it's paid, some of it we crawl. Our data will be accessed via APIs through our partners. So that's the approach. The other thing that we can get, again, through the APIs is this, because we're solving a problem with stability and security. We want to be able to compartmentalize each of the components.
That's pretty cool for NFTs. So let's move forward to the next timestamp. I'm looking at
Stability, and the way that we can do that as a small company is by offsetting that liability through insurances. So we'll share that more in the future. Does that answer your question, Jim?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that was just an important feature before we jumped into the roadmap.
Roadmap.
And again,
right here.
We'll list that out at some point in the future.
Let's check out the roadmap.
Visibility of what our platform actually looks like and the services we're using. So yeah, and again, as I said, moving to this is, the one thing I just want to talk about, we're not going to talk about all these things right now. I mean, what I want from an overview is to just realize that we have a long-term goal here. We have a long-term plan, and you'll even look at the end of our roadmap. So where you see 3, that's kind of a nebulous Q3, Q4 plan, but we don't really know. Again, we've got a lot of things to solve between now and then. So we'll talk about the first 2 quarters for sure. But if you look at the end of our Q3, Q4 roadmap, we're already looking at 2023 roadmap items. And we won't really know. This will be based on demand. This may be based on commercials, and maybe based on scale. We might need to focus on scale over features. But the idea here, that I just want to relay to you is that we've got a long-term goal here, and that we're forward-thinking well beyond just these first few phases out the gate. We're really looking to solve this problem long-term. All right, you want to get into the details?
Yeah, Cody, let's go, baby.
Their website's scratchengine.com. You're going to have to go check that out. It's got a lot of good information on there.
Absolutely. So just to kind of piggyback off of Sean and Tim, as you guys will see throughout the roadmap, we do have those security audits, and every single phase. Those audits are the most important thing to us, right? So security for us and then for our investors and our team is the most important as we grow and expand. So you will notice those throughout all the phases. But starting at phase 1, we do have the launching of all of our social sites and assets. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, Discord. The Discord was built, and we'll invite you guys there. Encourage you guys to go hang out, chat in there. All of our stuff is linked in there as well. Our info website was already launched, and it is up right now. You can go get some digestible global.
Actually, we have an announcement. So, yes, the info website was launched, but we went ahead and migrated today. Thank you, Doug, for staying up for 37 hours straight.
Thank you.
And we went ahead and migrated to our global site today. So
Awesome.
we can go ahead and chalk that up.
Awesome. Yes.
We're targeting this Q1 launch, but we're really aiming for mid to end February.
Right.
Really going to be based on Chris, the
All right,
announcement that you're going to
talking about the token launch.
That's going to be what's depending of our timeline.
Yeah, so we've got our crosshairs on a huge exchange. That's the way we'd like to go.
A household name, not just a huge exchange. Household name.
That's the way we'd like to go. And you can kind of see our roadmap. There's some things that we've already knocked out quickly. Just because everything's not done on one doesn't mean we're not working on the next. We've got bits and pieces rocking and rolling. So we're aiming for this big exchange. We're confident that we can get there. If not, we do have a backup plan. We will be getting on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. But kind of what Sean said is this is a long term. We've got a lot of ideas, a lot of good stuff, and we're building it and we're making sure everything's right and tidy as we release it and share it.
It's so funny too, because I called Joe 3 times a day. Sorry, Joe. I call him 3 times a day because I'm like, dude, you wouldn't believe what my guys just brought to me. I got to tell somebody because I told them to shut up. We're not doing that. We're focusing on this, right? We're still focused on stage 1, 2, and 3. We can't. But it's just amazing how, when we start these progresses and what we're going into, and it's fun. It really is. We have a long roadmap. We have a long-term goal. We have the vision out there, and that's what Cody and Chris are really working on, is making sure that as the market adapts, as data adapts, that we're adapting too. And are we going to be relevant? In the vault. Let's talk about the vault. Fractional ownership of the largest NFTs for people. Being able to communicate back and forth to stakeholders and NFT people that have loans directly through the Vault app. So, these things that we're solving in that process are going to be huge. And I think as we identify these solutions, and even though you see the 23 roadmap, we've already started establishing those things out there. So, but at the end of the day.
Tim, I just say something real quick there on that. One of the things I missed is, we're keeping in mind that this is an ecosystem. Yeah, whether the marketplace or the vault or even the gallery becomes a main focus of what we do, really what we're doing again with the API approach is enabling the ecosystem of what's happening, and the support that we're getting is incredible, and the amount of partnerships that are coming to fruition from this are incredible as well. So even though we have this platform to enable an ecosystem, we may not be the center point in all of those various services.
All right, that was their ecosystem, which is pretty cool. Good information right there. So we're going to go forward just a little bit to, I wish I could zoom ahead. I can't. 26. All right, let's see what we got here, which is the benefits to the Arca holders. See what they have to say about that.
In having this announcement when we are ready, just make sure you're ready. You're ready.
And just so that everybody.
But
sorry.
The next piece is, what does it mean for Arca, right? We're here to talk about Arca and what Scratch is doing for Arca, because Arca is bringing this huge community. We're releasing to you first. You're the only one that know. A pre-sale that's going to begin January 15th. So you're going to be able to get in early and get your portion of the scratch, get your scratch, if you will.
January 15th.
And we're gonna give you more information on our link on our website to follow up, and so you can watch all that information unfold on our website, live on our telegrams, and our Twitter, and all of our other socials. Make sure that you're getting that social information, those links from our website, though. We don't want to have any situations out there where you're getting a bad link. So please, please, please follow our website, follow our telegram. You're going to find some information, and you can go find our website right now. It's live at scratchengine.com, www.scratchengine.com. All of our links are there. Dig in, find some information. You have questions, get a hold of me on Telegram, get a hold of Cody, get a hold of Chris, Sean. We're there to answer the questions. We're going to try to address as many questions as we have right now. So with that, without further ado, let's open it up to the floor.
That was definitely a lot of good information from the dev team from Scratch Engine, NFT Marketplace, NFT Evaluator tool. Let's go to their website and just take a quick look around. I mean, they showed a lot on their AMA, but what exactly do they do? Let's check it out. Real-time market evaluations for NFTs. Man, who else is doing this? I don't know. There might be people, but I don't know. There might be projects. I'm not sure. You know, I'm in NFTs just a little bit, try to follow some of the projects, but man, there's tons. You want a Bored Ape Yacht Club? No, I didn't get in on that. I didn't get on that. Crypto Kitties didn't get in on that either. Didn't even hear about it till it was too late. Tons of projects. Oh man, look, we're on the website. Let's see what it looks like. Man, on the top, launch presale. Let's go there later. Scroll down. Scratch platform. I think they show that on their AMA. Look, you need to go to the AMA and watch the whole thing and learn. I mean, there's a lot of good information there. What does Scratch Engine evaluate? Or how does Scratch Engine evaluate NFTs? There it is. How does Scratch Engine... Ooh, how much does it cost? Oh, it doesn't cost you anything. It's 100% free. I don't own any NFTs. How do I get involved? No worries. You can buy, hold, stake the Scratch token, and these investments have compounding growth as a Scratch token achieves roadmap objectives. There's a lot more. There's the roadmap they were talking about on their AMA. Oh, man. Token presale begins in 10 days, 4 hours. Oh, now let's get on the presale. Uh-oh. Hey, we're stoked too, but the Scratch presale is not live yet. Check it out on January 15th. Well, the presale is only available to people who own Archangel tokens. There's going to be a screenshot of Archangel token holders. And then if you're on that list, I mean, if you're a token holder, then you can get in on the presale for Scratch Engine or Scratch token. ScratchEngine.com. It's the token Scratch. I don't know. Might be something worth looking into. That's just not financial advice. That's just, hey, I don't know, man. If you know anything about NFTs at all, this is going to be a huge project. Is it all going to happen next month, next week, 2 months from now? No, but they have a lot they're working on. If you look at the AMA, a lot they're working on. And man, 6 months, a year from now, it's going to be huge. What happens when they're teamed up with OpenSea, the biggest NFT marketplace, somehow pricing out NFTs like Kelly Blue Book prices out cars? It's going to be huge. And it's flying under the radar. Just nobody's even talking about it. I don't know. I'm going to grab a bag of this Archangel. I already have a bag of Archangel, but I'm going to grab a bag of Scratch Engine as well. And I don't know, just hang on to it for a little bit and see how this project works out. But it looks promising. Like I said, go to their website. They got a lot of good information here. And we'll see what happens, right? See what happens. And you know what? Thanks for watching. Just trying to show projects that Archangel's working on or working with. This is an external project. Oh, hey, there's another thing. Let's go to tokenomics, see if we can find that on here real quick. All right, if you scroll down on their website, about Scratch token, tells you about it. All this information. They got the light paper, they got the white paper. Not sure what the difference is. Token stability protection. Oh, it's anti-whale tax. Check this out. 10% redistribution. Oh, hold on. To protect investors, stabilize liquidity, and the Scratch token itself, a protection policy has been implemented. Any transaction that results in a 2% or greater price effect triggers in a 2-hour wallet lock. Wow. And a 20% additional tax as follows. Whoa, man, deuces. 10% redistribution to current holders, 5% burn, 5% dev team. Man, if you drop enough of your bag to affect 2% of the price, you can't, your wallet's locked. You can't make a transaction for 2 hours, and you get hit with 20% additional tax. That's a crap load. Founders are reserved. What's to say? Founders are reserved for a minimum of 6 months with 10% max transfer per month after initial reserve of 6 months, it says. All right, tokenomics, we're going to look at the tax. That's the new thing. All these new tokens coming out have a tax on buys and sales. All transactions will result in the following tax: 2% distribution to stakeholders, 2% distribution to dev wallet, 1% distribution to operations wallet, and 1% ecosystem distribution. Do you know what that means? No one's talking about that. That means 1% of all Scratch tokens transactions will be redistributed to Archangel holders that stake. I'm pretty sure if you're staking in the Archangel pool, you'll get this 1%. And that's just one of the external projects. The internal projects to Archangel redistribute 2% to the staking pool of Archangel holders, like Guardian, and there's a whole bunch more coming out. So like Guardian token is going to redistribute 2% of their tokens per transaction to Archangel, I think let me say it, to Archangel holders. I'm not sure if it's Archangel holders or if it's Archangel token holders that are in the staking pool. That's all stuff we got to figure out soon, but either way, it's a benefit to Archangel token holders. It's something you might look into. That's why I'm bullish on Archangel, and no one's talking about it. Like I said before, man, we only have like 4,500 holders. Gained a handful of them today. Anyway, we'll go over that later on. But hey, that's the basics of what I found out on Scratch Engine, in the Scratch token. It's an external project from Archangel. Archangel's helping them out somehow. I'm not 100% sure on how they're doing that. But they're their own dev team. They're not affiliated with Archangel in so much as Archangel dev team isn't doing the work for them. But you should go on their website, check it out, and you should go on this AMA and take a good look and watch the whole thing. Hey, and I know I talk slow, and I know that's slow, but go on YouTube and change it to 1.25x speed. You get through it quick. And anyhow, thanks for watching the channel. Just trying to spread out some information on what's going on YouTube. Crypto right now, man, it's a huge space. There's tokens coming out all over the place, man. Tons of garbage tokens, handful of really good projects. It's worth looking into. Anyway, thanks for watching Blue Collar Crypto, and I'll see you guys next time.